All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your match preview: Aston Villa versus Chelsea. Look, once again, I don't have too much to talk about the game because for me, what's there to say? What's there to say? The only thing that I can say is I'm probably expecting a loss. To be honest, things are on the cusp of just falling apart at the moment. And the reason why I'm saying this is not only because we got walloped by Arsenal, and that would have left a mark in our backside. The pumping that we took, that definitely would have left a mark. Now, the other reason why I'm saying that it perhaps could be on the cusp of all falling apart is because, ladies and gentlemen, Maurizio Pochettino, he's striking back. He is not holding back one bit. He is speaking out, and he's going down with a swing. He's absolutely going down with a swing. This is probably the first time I'm starting to feel that Maurizio Pochettino kind of has a feeling that he might be on the way out. Like, things at Chelsea Football Club are not as it seems, perhaps from the news that comes out from the different journalists that keep saying that, oh, he will be given an opportunity next season. The hierarchies at Chelsea Football Club understand the circumstances at Chelsea. It may not be that. It may not be that. The reason why I'm saying it, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Pochettino has said that everyone at the club should be under review, not just him. This is coming from Simon Johnson. These are the quotes that came post the press conference. So you obviously have the televised press conference, and then later on there's the news, the news journalists and all of that. They have their questions as well. So these comments came after the press conference, and Maurizio Pochettino, there were some wild quotes that came out late last night UK time, and it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, that it may not all be that rosy internally. And once again, you kind of thought that surely it cannot be all that rosy. We heard yesterday that Maurizio Pochettino hasn't spoken to the owners for over 2 months, yet we hear and we see all of these tweets come out after a walloping that we take that everything is fine. Looks like Pochettino is going to be given an opportunity. But yesterday, Maurizio Pochettino, he did not sit down. He did not just cop the questions. He actually came out swinging, and he's now saying that why should it just be him that gets reviewed? It should be everyone that gets reviewed. He further goes on to say, when asked about who needs to prove they need to be at the club next season, he replied, "It looks like it's only me, not the whole organization, but it should be the whole organization. I think it's important." He is saying some big stuff. Maurizio Pochettino says he's not the only one on trial at Chelsea between now and the end of the season. Everyone is, sporting directors included. I don't have the key of the club. I don't take all the decisions here. That is to be made clear. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what? He's not lying. He's not one bit lying here. He's right. Why should he take all the blame? We have said it many times. Obviously, we don't like this manager because he's incompetent, but we've said it many a times. It's not just on the manager. Players, definitely. There's quite a lot of players that are probably not good enough. 100% the owners who don't understand football, European football, who don't understand how to run a club in Europe, a footballing club in Europe. And these directors, they've brought in some not so good players. They've made some hits, of course, but they've been given the duty to run the show at Chelsea Football Club. They should have proposed another avenue for the owners. It almost seems like there were puppets in this particular show, and they just carried on with the whole under 25s, recruitment. Apparently that might come to an end. We'll see what happens. This summer is big. So when you see all of these news, ladies and gentlemen, it makes me think this upcoming game against Aston Villa, I'm worried. The tone, this is probably the first time the tone of Maurizio Pochettino has really ignited into a bit of a fire. Do you know what I mean? So it makes me think, I don't know, man. I don't know what type of Chelsea we're going to get against Aston Villa. You'd think we have things to fight for. If we can get some wins, we can potentially make it into Europe. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because if we were fighting for Europe, we should have been fighting a long time ago. Aston Villa on the other side, they're going for top four. Aston Villa, do you know how wild this story is? Do you know how wild this whole Aston Villa story is? Unai Emery took over Aston Villa, well, a couple of seasons ago, maybe now. And Aston Villa was 16th or 17th, something like that. Only a few points away from relegation. Unai Emery took over, got them into Conference League. They're playing in the Conference League. They're still there in the semi-finals. They could potentially win that. And now Unai Emery is looking at a Champions League spot with Aston Villa. If this isn't a perfect example of certain managers can do madness at a football club, then I don't know what is. Unai Emery is a very, very good manager, man. He's not just done well here at Aston Villa. Unai Emery, God knows how many Europa League this guy's won. Villarreal as well. He's won it with Villarreal, don't forget. Eliminated Arsenal. I think beat Man United in the Europa League final with Villarreal. Several times, I'm pretty certain he's won it with Sevilla. I'm pretty certain he's won it several times with Sevilla. Arsenal's the only place where he's flopped, and now look at him. It's ridiculous for him to take Aston Villa to Champions League, and they're in the hot spot. They're definitely the favourites for this particular match against us. Definitely. At Villa Park, last time we played them, we gave them a walloping 3-0. Enzo Fernandez played a really good game that particular match. I think it was an FA Cup match as well, earlier on in the rounds. So they'll be looking for revenge. Recently, their form's been pretty good for Aston Villa. Ollie Watkins is on fire. Leon Bailey, Moussa Diaby, Kamara, McGinn, Douglas Lewis. Look, some really good defenders as well. It's a quality team. It is 100% a very, very quality team, and we could be in trouble. And with the mood that I'm getting from Maurizio Pochettino, as much as I like this, I wish this was the mood from the get-go. But the fact that this is now right at the end, it makes me feel, I think Pochettino kind of feels his time at Chelsea Football Club's coming to an end. So why not go out with a bang, with some fireworks? Do you know what I mean? When asked whether he has the full trust of the club's sporting directors, Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart, Maurizio Pochettino said, "That's a good question for them if you have the opportunity to ask them. But it's not a subjective idea of us that we have problems. It is the reality. Okay, that is a point. If we are considered responsible, we are responsible. Maybe we're not responsible in this situation. I cannot answer the question because, to be honest, I don't know what they are thinking." Look, there seems like, for the first time, I'm getting the vibe that there seems a bit of a disconnection between Maurizio Pochettino, the management group, sporting directors, and the owners. So let's see. Let's see what happens in the summer. But this is probably the first indication that I'm getting that Maurizio Pochettino might be on the way out. Might be on the way out. And I hope in the summer we make the right decisions with the manager, with the players, with the entire structure of the football club and the vision and the model going forward. Because so far, 2 seasons in a row, it has been pathetic. Maurizio Pochettino and Nicholas Jackson playing on the left wing in the future. Yes, he can play on the left. He's a player who can play there. I think he further goes on to say that he could play there if Chelsea get a striker. I think that's something PYS. Maybe let me have a look at PYS. That's something that PYS tweeted out. Let me see if I can get that for you guys. There's a lot of talk. Pochettino did a lot of talk. Here we go. Pochettino has said he could put Jackson left wing if Chelsea sign a striker. So it's mad. He's sort of indirectly saying, I don't have a striker. If you sign a striker, then he could potentially play on the left wing. Perhaps another dig on the sporting directors that you've given me a team without a striker. Well, a lot of people have been saying David Washington. What about David Washington? Come on. You think David Washington, this young kid from Brazil, is just going to come in and lead the line for Chelsea Football Club? Once again, I don't understand the whole purchase of David Washington. It was a bit mad for me. Maurizio Pochettino, Palmer didn't perform because he was a number 9. This is where you have to say, Maurizio Pochettino, you're talking nonsense again. He was talking all good, and then all of a sudden he starts talking nonsense. Check this out. Because he was number 9, people started to say, oh, Pochettino doesn't know how to play with Palmer as a striker. Too many things like this. Palmer today is top scorer, and no one is saying anything. But yes, for the future, yes, we have good information about him because we know him from Spain. Also, it is a player who can play there from the left side. What? Palmer didn't score all of these goals as a striker. Palmer scored a lot of his goals coming from the right into central areas or from a number 10 position. I don't know why this guy's saying that, he's played as a number 9. No, he hasn't. Let's be honest. Check out the goals that he scored. A lot of them were penalties as well. Let's not forget. There was quite a lot that were penalties. And the remaining ones, he definitely didn't play as a striker. Definitely did not play as a striker. Predominantly coming from the right into central areas. So once again, Maurizio Pochettino talking nonsense, and these sort of stuff makes him look like a fool. Honestly, it does make him look like a fool. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I won't be bothered doing a lineup because it doesn't matter. It don't matter what lineup we do against Aston Villa. It just, look, I don't know. Just put out something strong. Don't be putting out Desasi and Buddy Shield. You got Chalobah, who's been doing well recently, but then again, Chalobah potentially be looking to be sold in the summer window. So whether we use him or not, I don't know. Thiago Silva in his final few matches, do you want to use him? I'm not really sure. I think personally you should be, because the whole Buddy Shield and Desasi partnership is going to be blowing up in our faces, to be honest. Cucurella probably will continue on that left side. Ben Chilwell, I don't know what's going on with Ben Chilwell. Maybe he's still on OnlyFans trying to hook up with some girls. I think Malo Gusto is back. Cole Palmer is back, so that's a good news, ladies and gentlemen. Cole Palmer should be back for this particular game. He should have the hunger to perform well and get more goals and see if he can completely lead, be the sole leader in the Golden Boots competition. And look, that's the only thing we have going for us this season, man. I hope Cole Palmer wins that, because at least we're going to be able to take something from this season and not just go empty-handed. So hopefully Cole Palmer can score up front. Look, whoever, whatever. Sterling's not available. Enzo Fernandez is not available. Kani Chukwuemeka is not available. So put out a team. Put out a team that can at least fight. But I'm worried. I'm worried, ladies and gentlemen, because for me, it feels like an expected loss. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your lineup. Let me know your prediction. My prediction, honestly, sad to say, but I'm predicting a loss, man. I'm predicting a loss. Maybe a 2-1 loss. Maybe a 2-1 loss for Chelsea. And the reason why I'm saying I'm predicting a loss is I feel like we're in that dangerous zone where the manager is starting to probably give up. The players have already looked like they've been given up, and it might just all fall apart. And then we may see a fresh start next season and yet another season down the drain, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time, everyone. Take care. See ya. Bye.